Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz October 8, 2015, and it's 12:42 a.m. in Birmingham. Topic: Russia's involvement in the Middle East. It's going somewhere, guys. And again, I had a whole blog written down of things to do and or to talk about, but a late entry came in and changed it up, and I'm not going to go back, and I'm going to add it, but I'm not going to go back and just read it. I want to try to tell you straight up. Well, you know that America's lack of involvement in Syria and has caused Russia to step in, and you have a side that's, come on, y'all come on in. And but the problem is, it's the rebels that the Russians are hitting. It's not ISIS. And again, tonight, as always, and it ticks me off every time the idiot says that spokesperson for Obama says ISIL. He's got him saying ISIL too. The reason is because Obama, in my opinion, he's considered one of those radical Muslims, in my opinion. But something else has happened a little bit later about the Iran deal made by John Kerry. This is going to blow your mind, guys, and it's going to make you mad, real mad. And it did me. When I read it, I said, how in the world can they do this? This is, when I read it, you'll understand. But let's go. You have Russia coming in, and they're attacking the wrong people in Syria. They're hitting the rebels. They're hitting the freedom fighters. They're hitting the people who are fighting the man that took over the country by force, which is Assad. And something else. You know that Russia has been to Iran a couple of times, and then Iran has been to Russia. And between Putin and Khomeini is not the man, the go-to man. It's his people. And I don't have his name, but you all know that much so far anyway. And but with Russian warships docked at as close as 15 miles to Israel, makes Israel really nervous. Makes me really nervous too. And but that's not all. There's more coming. Okay, and the next, Russia, and you may have heard about that, has gone into Iraq, and they've had more than one meeting, and Iraqis saying, come on. So Russia doing their best to put their footprints in the Middle East, just like they wanted to help Ukraine and like they wanted to help Georgia. You know the end result on those two countries. Now they're here to help Syria, and then they're here to help Iran, and then they're here to help Iraq. Well, just like they did the Ukraine and Georgia. And there's a couple other countries that never said a word. They, you know, what could they do? Who's going to come to their rescue? This is over in Eastern Bloc, or the Russian bloc countries. These countries used to be Russia, and they broke loose. And now they're trying to drag them back in. They broke loose under Ronald Reagan, but now he's trying to pull them back in. But something else has happened, and this one has just fuzzled me. And I don't know the content yet because it just happened in the last 24 hours. And why he would do it, I don't know. But you guys remember the meeting a little over a year ago, or almost a year ago, between Netanyahu and Putin, when Netanyahu told President Putin, he said, you know, Ezekiel 36 is past. That's telling Russia, Mr. Putin, Ezekiel 36, God's word brought us home. And God also says, and they will never leave again. Netanyahu says to Putin, he said, that's me. That's my people. We're not going anywhere. And you know we're not going anywhere. Putin knows the Bible. He knows it well. So the reason he is where he is because he's got the hook in the jaw. And if it's that late in the game, there's a lot of stuff about to happen in the Middle East. And, by the way, America will be completely ignored because we have a spineless leader, completely spineless leader. And he has no backbone whatsoever. He hadn't got the ability to lead San Salvador. I mean, really. We got a spineless, gutless president that he doesn't know what to do. His top generals, they tell him what to do, and he ignores them. So, and he's not even talking about it. He's not talking to them. He's just saying, well, let us tell you where we're going to fly today, and y'all try to dodge us and not hit us, and stuff like this. This is baloney. One thing, Russian aircraft, fighter jets, followed 3 American drones today and yesterday. They did not shoot at them, that they just tracked them for a little bit and then broke off to let us know that we know you're there. We know where your drones are. And, in my opinion, if the drones were to veer off course in the areas that Russia has already targeted, the drones will be shot down. That's my opinion. I have not heard that, but that's opinion. So here's the news I was going to tell you, the one that surprises me. Putin went to Israel. Putin went to Israel and met with Benjamin Netanyahu in the last 24 hours. Why? Did he go just to make sure that he and Netanyahu was on the same page? I mean, why is he going? Plus, not only Russia being in Syria, they're 15 miles from Israel. When Russia goes into Iraq, they're the same distance from Israel. At Iraq's, I have to think of it, I think the northeasternmost point of Iraq is, northwestern rather, is closer to Israel, just as Syria's southwestern position being closer, and this is on the water. So anyway, whatever happens at the meeting, I cannot wait to find out what the content was about. I loved being a fly on the wall at that time. But Putin has always sort of respected Benjamin Netanyahu. Let's just hope that this respect has been extended for some time, and not for Israel's sake, but for the opposing, the enemy's sake that'll come against Israel, because they will all, 5 out of 6 of them will die in one night. Are they preparing for this? Did Putin say, look, Netanyahu, I know Ezekiel 36 is over, and I know we're about to get in fully and heavy in 38, 39. You know, maybe he knows he's got the hook in the jaw and he's got to do what he's got to do. Jody Wolf Expoz.